You are rewarded for cutting the edges off your own personality. If you want to survive in today's world, get the job, avoid the trolls, slide through the algorithmic cracks. You learn to shave off what makes you stand out. This isn't a glitch in modern society. It's part of the code. But do you really understand where this operating system comes from, or why it rewards you for turning yourself down to a whisper? Picture 1880s Europe, a continent teetering between centuries, industrialization churning crowds into gray cities, old religions losing their grip, and new ideologies jostling for your loyalty. Friedrich Nietzsche watched mobs march and churches empty and realized something sinister lurking beneath the surface. It wasn't just punishments in the village square fading into the background. It was something deeper. Society itself was teaching you to obey, to defer, to hide. Herd-like conformity became the new badge of survival, the outlier, someone to pity or punish. Nietzsche coined the term slave morality to make sense of this mass transformation. In his first essay of On the Genealogy of Morals, he exposes how value systems are not abstract truths, but psychological survival mechanisms. Slave morality is not just being nice, and it's certainly not morality for losers. It's the alchemy of weakness into virtue, making your lack of power or self-assertion into a moral high ground. If you cannot dominate, you redefine domination as evil. If you must bow, you decide that obedience is the highest good. This was not a conspiracy, but a cultural software update, emerging when the powerless needed a survival strategy against relentless masters. Flip to your present reality. Slave morality is now industrialized, institutionalized, and mechanized. The humble firewall that once protected medieval minds, it's been rendered into code by big tech. Algorithms reward you not for daring, but for being as frictionless as possible. Institutions, corporate, academic, digital, don't just encourage compliance, they systematize it. You get likes, promotions, and peace as long as you camouflage your edges, keep your tone within parameters, and never threaten the herd's comfort. Slave morality was a shield, but if conformity was once a shield, why is it now a prison? Modernity has taken what was once a temporary defense and turned it into an existential trap, one where you're complicit in quietly sabotaging yourself. You're not following ancient rules. You're running centuries-old software updated by machine learning. And as you become better at pleasing the herd, you might wonder, are you actually surviving or just keeping yourself expertly caged? This is where discomfort should settle in, because you are not just being controlled. You are taught to participate in your own domestication, and yet something in you strains against it. What if the algorithmic age has weaponized your survival instincts, leaving you not protected but pacified? That's the deadlock you are standing in right now. But what would it actually take to break out of it? That demands a deeper look into what Nietzsche really meant by power, and how you have been tricked into misunderstanding it. Let's strip back the comfortable lie. Your feed isn't just showing you what's viral, it's programming you, pixel by pixel, like water dripping on stone, until every edge of your individuality is rounded off for maximum compatibility. Your viral tweet is less a sign of insight than proof you've internalized the morality of the herd. Think about that. Every time your post goes viral, it's not rebellion, it's obedience dressed as originality. The many-headed algorithm, far subtler than any 19th century preacher, recalibrates your sense of what is noble, what is necessary, and what is forbidden. In Nietzsche's 1880s, slave morality was born out of physical impotence and social subjugation, a psychic judo flip turning weakness into virtue. In his own words from On the Genealogy of Morals, the powerless made a god of their weakness and defined the strong as evil, cultural sabotage that turned the world upside down. Fast forward to the algorithmic age, and you face an even slipperier adversary. Here, power no longer swings a scepter or sermonizes from the pulpit. It operates invisibly, rewarding your emotional fragility and punishing anything that smells like critical thought. Modern virtue is a velvet straitjacket, soft, elegant, and utterly inescapable. You're not threatened with torches or excommunication, just with fewer likes, less reach, and the slow asphyxiation of digital irrelevance. The mechanisms are so subtle, you call it community, support, safety. But what is really being traded in this marketplace of the soul? It's not truth, it's not strength, it's the currency of social inertia. The system wants you agreeable, risk-averse, and endlessly cautious. On these terms, risk becomes vice, initiative becomes threat, and bland reassurance is minted as moral gold. Here's the raw nerve. What passes for virtue in your digital world is a systematized avoidance of all that unsettles, disrupts, or provokes. The AI curates your reality, placing warning labels on dangerous ideas and banishing the unfamiliar to algorithmic exile. Are your beliefs filtered for truth or for compatibility with the group's comfort zone? Every retweet, every algorithmic nudge slips another lock onto the gate of your own mind. Maybe you think Nietzsche's critique is nihilistic or simply antisocial, but his target isn't connection, it's the politics of resentment, crystallized into a moral economy where weakness is a tradable asset, now bought and sold by algorithms. The architecture has shifted from the physical to the digital, but the machinery of control is more pervasive than ever. You're standing at a crossroads. Keep letting these invisible hands shape your identity, or tear off the velvet straitjacket and reclaim authorship of your own values. But to do that, you have to see the machinery for what it is. And if you can, you'll be ready for the final leap, the radical reevaluation Nietzsche demanded, and the personal responsibility it thrusts into your lap. Let's start with a truth that should shake you awake. Most of what you believe is good, noble, or virtuous was defined for you by forces you never chose. This is not just some historical curiosity. This is how your sense of self, of what you're allowed to desire, and how you measure your worth, is controlled right now. The world you inhabit is not so different from the one Nietzsche analyzed in the turbulent 1880s. Imagine Europe is exploding with industrial engines, swelling city crowds, smog blotting out old religious certainties. Christianity, the backbone of European morality for centuries, is fading fast, but the vacuum isn't filled by liberation, only by new forms of obedience. Individuality, that's threatened, stigmatized, and pathologized. Survival, even social acceptance, means blending in with the herd. Fast forward to this instant. You scroll your feed, you like, you nod along with consensus. You carefully trim your online persona, lest you spark outrage or exile. Every algorithm knows how to punish the WUD. Social media platforms, institutional gatekeepers, and digital tribes don't just reflect your identity, they manufacture it. Compliance is rewarded with likes and promotions, disagreement or unique ambition, pathologized and punished. Now here's the provocative claim. You might believe you are making your choices, but you're living out a morality engineered for mass obedience. Nietzsche called this slave morality the celebration of passivity, safety, and resentment, masquerading as virtue. Are you proud of your humility, your restraint, your kindness? What if these are not signs of inner strength, but the marks of a domesticated will? Nietzsche didn't just point at priests and kings, he pointed at everyone, especially those who mistake comfort for goodness. In Nietzsche's time, it was religious dogma and rising bureaucracies. Today, it's the invisible hand of code, risk-averse institutions, and the constant hum of peer surveillance. But the mechanism is the same. Your strengths are made suspect, your doubts are made pathological, your ability to truly choose is quietly undermined. The uncomfortable question isn't whether you're being shaped by these forces, it's how much of your identity you're complicit in letting them manufacture, while you congratulate yourself for your harmless virtues. So hear, and don't look away, ask yourself, are you already too comfortable in the role of the obedient subject?